in 2024, being a French company, an international company, but based in France, one thing that really took a strong twist with loyalty is the boom in sports tourism. And so in summer 2024, we organized and we welcomed international visitors to France. And here we saw that all members were at the forefront of those guests coming to France to see the Olympics. We distributed more than 3,000 tickets to our membership base, and that's outside of the raffles and the special events and experiences that we had. So it just goes to show that loyalty with sports tourism and events is major, and 25% of members between the age of 18 to 34 made a trip because of a sporting or musical event. So once again, it really means that in loyalty, for members, they really are looking out for both sports and what is called gig tripping, which is revolutionizing cultural tourism. It's the ability to travel for a concert or for a specific event, like we had in Australia with Taylor Swift. We have the Accor Stadium. It attracted over 35,000 fans, and it also filled, the city's 40 Accor hotels. So it really was something that we didn't see as big as what we expected. And in loyalty, we are now completely integrating it in the value proposition. So that's one thing that I wanted to say. I've got other events, but I just wanted to call out the experiential piece.
We continue to expand our partnership ecosystem, focusing a lot on the everyday spend. So we added, for example, a hypermarket as part of our earning partners. So that has continued and actually increased all the transactions, what we call the everyday transactions as well. So that I think is one of the things that I've observed. And then the second piece is around tightening exclusivity in some way for our premium tier members, ensuring that we have what I call integrity within the tiers, that people are not trying to game the system, that we're extracting the relevant revenue from these premium tier members, but also providing them with access to more exclusive rewards. So this whole tier exclusivity concept is coming to play as well, and we've seen other airlines adjust their programs as well to making sure that happens. It's not always about the valuation. It's about just, as I mentioned, ensuring the integrity of these tiers and access to them. I think the third thing, and maybe it goes hand in hand with what I've talked about in terms of the partnership ecosystem. We leverage partnership not only for the earn and burn, but also for curating experiences. We're blessed here at Emirates to have access to a lot of partners at the Emirates level that we work with, and we sponsor sports, for example, and other activities. And then we've, of course, worked a lot on providing access to these exclusive experiences, the money can buy type experiences to members. But I think this is something that more and more we see in other programs as well, in terms of this whole focus on emotional loyalty and on experiential loyalty as well.
That, so personalization and experiences have been, a focus area for many years across all sectors. I think in 2024, the evolution of AI and it being more at the forefront, it's really just given us more tools to tailor those experiences. So I feel like that was a significant, we had some gains there this year. I think absolutely that'll continue next year. So I would say, the tools there have been enhanced. And then I think more on the other aspect would be like just I would say cross-industry program collaborations. So, partnerships are always in abundance across programs to allow your loyalty members to have, more flexibility and the ability to earn and burn outside of your core product. I think what we saw a lot more in 2024 is kind of it going a little broader. So like one example in hospitality, or actually for travel specifically, which is a low frequency purchase type. You've seen a lot of really significant partnerships with high frequency partnerships. So like with Uber or Starbucks, and you're saying, hey, you can still engage your members on a more frequent basis through going outside of your product and letting them know that you're still relevant and adding value in these other day-to-day activities.
In 2024, the loyalty industry experienced significant developments that reshaped the customer engagement strategies and experiences, especially in the retail and QSR sector where Pizza Hut operates. Many brands restructured their onboarding journeys and loyalty programs to improve overall loyalty customer experience while balancing customer expectations and profitability. Additionally, building trust and fostering emotional connections with customers become very critical for the brands to differentiate themselves, where loyalty programs also played a key role, I would say. And besides that, clean, high-quality customer data emerged as a top priority to build the foundations for effective AI and personalization. These tools enable companies to deliver tailored rewards, offerings, and experiences, basically. Technological advancements such as gamification, real-time analytics, and mobile optimization and mobile adoption further transformed customers interact with loyalty programs as well. Nearly all QSR brands, just to give an example from our industry, nearly all QSR brands have either updated their loyalty program or in the process of renovating, updating their programs to stay competitive in the industry, and Pizza Hut is one of these brands.
The most significant development in loyalty in 2024 across industries that we observed was a significant increase in focus on driving program profitability versus other OKRs or KPIs. We saw this really across the board in terms of the priorities and the initiatives our clients and other brands undertook in the marketplace, from at the strategic side, continuing to focus and double down on the most valuable members and most valuable customers in the population, more so than ever before. The second would be around program economics, in taking back and reinvesting significant value given to the traditional bulk of member base and putting that back into the most valuable micro segments. And then the third would be around operations. It's around taking existing capabilities, reimagining them, and running a much leaner, more efficient loyalty operating model than ever before. Again, all in service of driving greater program profitability and economics.
Industry perspective, it's a bit challenge, but for me, for my understanding, is like the personalization is more important, the milestone that have done, and like the program start to change from transactional to the predictive models. And of course, another points which some of airlines, some of programs have been transferred to subscription-based loyalty, which also feels the customer more personalized and more value. As loyalty people say, the loyalty is lifestyle. So the lifestyle expansion was very important milestone in past years. So loyalty is moved beyond travel, just not only the loyalty, also the integrating with e-commerce, with other mobility services, and etc. And also the challenging thing is even after pandemic period also, and now the liability and breakage management in loyalty programs. So airlines need to optimize the earn and burn models to control and reduce the outstanding balance liabilities, and to keep the engagement. Yeah, my thoughts around this. Coming to our case, like in 2024, it was a development year for us, for Azerbaijan Airlines. Like as a loyalty program, we have launched the new loyalty program, and the most thing is we migrated all members and their miles balance to a modern platform, which is like enabling more flexible and easy, understandable and accrual redemption. And also we have introduced new tiers to make the program more achievable and plenty of features to improve the engagement. And extend the strategic partnership, like as at least from the co-brand perspective. So we have launched a new co-brand card with our bank partners. And the main thing also, we developed a new personal cabinet where our members can track their all information in personal cabinet.
So what we've seen as the key trends in the loyalty industry, we can take them from two angles. We can take them as the macro trends that have been impacting the loyalty industry, and especially the airline loyalty industry, because that's the area we focus on. And usually the macro trends that impact the airline industry are also impacting the loyalty industry. So there, what we've seen is one, the return of business travel and both premium travel. And what this has been doing is this is the first time since the pandemic that business travel has returned to its revenues, the same revenues as what it was pre-pandemic, globally as an industry and not for one specific airline. And travelers have also been more focused on paying for premium expenses. And so from a loyalty perspective, what this means is that redemption, the value of redemption has been going up. The value of redeeming your points and redeeming your rewards for premium experiences has been going up. And programs have had to think about how they can serve this need from their customers. The other part that we've seen from a macro perspective is really around program growth. So what we've seen happen over 2024 is a huge expansion of loyalty programs, both organically and inorganically. Organically, programs have been expanding because they've been acquiring new members, giving their members more choices, giving the ability to both earn and burn outside of the pure airline experience. And that way, really making the loyalty programs a lot more valuable from a customer perspective. But also inorganically, with the consolidations that we've seen in the airline industry last year, we've seen programs start to merge. And with programs starting to merge, the size of them for some programs have almost doubled, if not 1.5 times the original size of the program. And how this has then translated into a tech perspective has been that from a tech perspective, we need to be ready to handle the merger of bringing two programs that might be very, very different together into one program. And we did a major one in the APAC region last year, where we brought two major programs together. But also you then need to manage the regular operations of those programs at a much higher scale than what was originally being done. And so that's been a trend that we've seen happening quite regularly. From a loyalty program perspective, we see two major trends happening. One is the expansion of partnerships. So a lot more partnerships being set up, and not just with other airlines or other travel companies, but also with retailers and with local companies to allow for members to earn and burn in their day-to-day activities. And I will be amiss not to use the AI trend that we all saw happen last year. So the use of Gen AI, or at least the initial starting points of the use of Gen AI to start to do a few different things. The big thing we saw happen last year was trying to leverage it for personalization and for providing customers with an offer, but we expect that to continue to expand next year.
Well, in 2024, I think that three were the main pillars of the changes. All loyalty programs are moving more and more in dynamic redemption offering. And this is strongly linked on all the investment the loyalty programs are doing on focusing and improving direct bookings on their own website. And they can do this just only on a strong enhancement of the digital experience app and web strongly developed during 2024.
Yeah, it's an interesting one. I mean, I think I made a prediction last year that there was going to be a little bit of sort of more consolidation and some of the loyalty programs really broadening out into other spaces. I think we've seen some of that in 2024, particularly in the UK. I mean, if you look, the best example here for us, of course, is the Avios program, where there's a growth now along non-flying partnerships, making much more of a kind of an everyday program. And I've enjoyed seeing that happen. I think the conversationally, at least, some of the things in 2024 that have come up has been the talk about AI and how that's going to change things. We had a little bit of that last year. I'm still kind of on the fence with it, but it's been nice to see some of that development in conversation come into our space for sure. Other than that, I haven't really seen anything. One more, I will come back. And again, it's another airline example, and forgive me, it's a UK example, but seeing the kind of the reward space, particularly with the Avios brand again, having Avios only flights go out. So really doing two things. One is addressing the appetite for people to kind of redeem, but clearly from a business transactional point of view, it's a really good way of taking kind of liability out of the balance sheet in quite a big way, right? So, big thumbs up for that. I thought that was a great bit of sort of creativity as well. Although I did think they did that the year before, but I think more aggressively so in 2024.